What are you doing?
Put on lip gloss, man.
Look at my lips and...
Oh, shit.
Women.
Bloodsuckers of the Reject Nation. We're here to watch Interview Vampire Episode 2, Season 2. Roxy.
Yeah.
My precious Claudia.
Yeah.
Roxadia.
Oh, they do say we have a sibling vibe, so let's go.
That's true, homie. How are you feeling? Are you ready for more Interview with a Vampire?
It feels like a minute since we've seen this.
It has been a couple weeks since we last recorded this.
You know what? I am really excited, especially because I did see the comments that said to us, like, we really need to open up our hearts and our souls to this new Claudia because she is amazing. So I'm excited to see more of this Claudia. It took us a second, but I can get on board with a star. So, how about you?
I'm very much like, ooh, someone tells me something, I gotta do the opposite.
Fight against it.
Yeah.
Rage against the machine.
No, I really gotta point out why I think she's bad. No, I'm sure she's great. I'm sure it should be a great time. Let's have a great time, everyone. Everyone have a great time. Thank you, everyone who's been supporting us at our Patreon, by the way. You guys rock. Hey, Whores of Horror, Whores.
Woo! Yeah, this is a perfect audience for this shirt. I'm obsessed with this.
Great way to support the channel, too. By the way, just throwing it out there early on. Consider. All right, Roxy, you ready?
Yeah, dog.
Play. Dose.
You know what it means to be loved by death.
Paris. For what Paris means to me now is very different from what it meant to me then.
May I try?
Thank you, Armand.
I feel something close to happiness when I think of it. The name alone, Paris.
Shadow into light.
But
Beautiful.
she proposed to your Alice in Paris.
And she divorced me in Staten Island. Paris sucked. Macarons are bullshit. Cafe culture is boring.
This guy.
Fusiller si on prend du temps pour la trouver.
What are you saying?
Truth is more valuable if it takes you a few years to find
But I
it.
thought she speaks a lot of languages.
You said his trust is worth several if we take a few years to find it.
A little rust on the mother tongue.
A lot of rust.
Oh, okay.
Maybe we chose the wrong town.
I saw a woman tonight in a patchy 5-year-old dress putting on a brand new lipstick.
And what's that supposed to say?
Are they
broke.
still spending money?
Says Paris is on her way back.
I
Give her a little
misinterpreted.
time is all.
What makes you think Paris is a woman?
Well, now I know you hungry.
Tell me what a woman is.
They have breasts.
Where you want to hunt? Horse looks dark.
Always following the black house. Black house are easy.
Take that back.
No. Zina vagina.
It's custom and practice for traveling vampires to make themselves known to a local coven.
Are these other vampires?
We didn't get that memo. De Gaulle's Paris had me etherized.
They're laughing about it.
The whitest of lies, turning 77 this year. Do not leave Dubai until you've made him retract it.
He's so over it.
I'm not charmed.
Our skin did not attract the same attention it did in America.
Right, because there wasn't any racism in mid-20th century France.
I was just grateful knowing no one wanted to lynch me or direct me to the far end of the cafe counter.
Oh, boy.
That's all he was saying, Mr. Malloy.
Oh, my God, Armand. You're so annoying.
Are you two going to finish each other's sentences for the whole session?
We've been together 77 years, Daniel.
Oh.
47 more than he did with Lestat.
Should we let the math of that settle before continuing?
Keep selling it.
Yeah.
He knows Armand's controlling.
We hid ourselves away in an inconspicuous apartment in the 9e, passing ourselves off as muddied Americans, overspending for black market baguettes.
So not until the 60s, huh?
We never brought our kills home. We used the sewers for that.
Waterways of which they had no expertise.
Dude.
I miss Lestat.
5 months of anxiety-producing choices, and not one bonjour or prépare-toi à mourir.
Custom and
They
practice.
don't read as in love to me at all.
Nah, it feels staged in the way they're behaving.
Hundreds of nights in the theater with Lestat. I was not seeking more.
Theatre called Théâtre des Vampires, a company that had been in existence for 150 years.
Yeah, they've told this story.
77 years, and it still feels like a slight. But the reports were confounded. Were they romantic? No. Who was the master? Neither, it seemed. The male hunted to please her. The girl suffered philosophical conversation to please him.
Dude, that is not subtle. You just grab a bird and eat it.
I took up photography as a hobby.
Vampires with hobbies. Insanity.
Oh, that's fun.
When you have the ability to stretch a millisecond into an hour, it's a reduction. It took my mind off things.
A picture says 1,000 words.
What are you looking
How
for
many
when
of them
you
are
take a
me?
picture?
I don't know. Surprise, baby.
I'm gonna say
Something
5,000.
off, like a hat that's too small for a head.
One more than Tara.
Then you can get mindful about it. Ask yourself what brought them here. What brought you here? Is it coming together random?
He does seem happy.
Sometimes I want the short answer.
Let me think I'm deeper than I am.
Is that how you sell yourself?
I'm just trying to get through nice, sis.
That's how you sell yourself.
I shortcut it. You caught me. Take the win.
Who are you, Louis?
I'm your brother.
She definitely is settling into this.
Who are you outside of me?
I'm the reticent vampire of the ninth arrondissement. I walk the night, capturing disappointment and regret.
Ooh.
It's only the reticent vampire can.
Can they be seen in photos normally?
There was no me and there was no him. Who would you be? What do you want? How you gonna get there?
What is your identity?
She's miserable, but she doesn't want to with your two delusional left bank dilettante vibes.
She wasn't telling me something I didn't know about myself.
I love him.
She was giving me permission to explore a life apart from her.
It's Alice, Louis, and Claudia.
Excuse me?
I've triggered a memory.
No, it's Claudia. It's her journal.
Ooh.
You and Alice are at a brasserie talking past each other, and she tells you she's pregnant.
The fishing rod in the head
And
again?
you say, yeah.
Oh my God.
Let's talk about it later tonight.
I gotta knock out another chapter. One a week.
It's a bad response.
I leave before the bill is paid. I never finish the novel. I think it was the yeah that pissed her off most. Yeah?
Y'all.
Louis needs Paris. I don't know what I need.
Maybe a new brain in my head. Why can't I tell him this? Maybe I want to be joyfully joyless. A forever switch of wild opposites at play.
I feel like she's seeking something more external, like a community of sorts, and then Louis is a little more introspective.
He just seems to want peace after what happened with Lestat. Yeah, and she has always been looking for family, vampires, more. Throwing herself in front of the fire woman.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Mademoiselle, méfiez-vous d'elle.
Oh.
One of your people.
Désolée, on est fermé.
Pas du sausage, just the right breath.
Oh, mais faites attention, c'est une robe en soie. Une goutte d'eau pourrait la
She's
tacher.
like, okay, so I can kill her.
Bon, mademoiselle, je peux pas vous laisser ici.
Vous pourriez me le réserver.
French is ugly.
You can take it in from me, yes? You do alterations.
My grande, please, don't pretend to be something you're not, yeah? Believe me, womanhood will happen soon enough.
Believe me, I won't.
Never thought about choosing to pretend. Life hasn't been kind enough to allow me that.
Great line.
Maybe if it had been, I'd be a lonely dressmaker in an empty shop, denying my only potential customer.
Respect my time.
Whoa.
The dress for my body, and I'll need some gloves. I'm thinking white.
She doesn't seem...
The Paris albums, 1946 to 1949.
Oh, you really shouldn't wear gloves when handling historical documents, Real Rashid.
Are those her gloves?
Makes it more likely you'll rip a page on the item being examined.
Thank you, Rashid.
Whoa.
Photos are the record of time passing. Outward evidence.
They do not lie, but neither do they tell you a thorough story.
Even Louis is starting to annoy me.
Who are the young men? Vampires?
Those were our young friends. Humans, guys.
Some are very old now, most are dead.
Why is he annoying you?
Some we
Because I feel
simply
like-
drained for sport. Well,
Yeah, but
generally me.
He's
Louis
being- yeah,
has his ways.
fake.
That's what I was feeling really early on with both of them.
You could tell from his walk he was an American.
I'm an American. What exactly is an American walk?
Something you just see, you know.
Two wars had made a certain impression on the men of France. There was no way to describe it other than optimistic.
There's a stiffness.
There's a park I'd heard about.
This
I would
him.
go to this park often.
I
It was
like
an
this.
armored thing that spring. Someone steady on his feet, but
With a history of chasing the wrong kind of love.
I'll describe it myself, thank you.
There we go. That's my Louis.
But with a history of chasing the wrong kind of love.
We're better to explore who you are to find the right kind of love than in a public park.
Okay. Well, then you just repeated him.
I knew the park well myself, knew what went on in the rambles there, and so I was not surprised to find him without the girl.
So what's going on here?
I would confront the elder and make him aware of the ways rogue vampires were dealt with in Paris.
He looked like a boy masquerading as a gentleman.
He still does.
I sensed his ancient power right away.
He was awkward. His attempt to blend in as some layman. He was alarmingly handsome in the muted lamplight.
I thought he was going to kill me.
I can't tell if I should be giving this a real chance.
Who broke the ice? What were the first words of the ancient vampire to the future love of his life?
Sup.
He said, I will not harm you.
And I never have.
All right, that's cute, I guess.
Come and bring the petite beauty with you.
I don't know if I believe it all, though.
You are most welcome.
This guy still seems to hold
Oh,
the
he
power.
can. Yeah, he's in his brain. But this is what Claudia's been wanting.
The Vampire Theater.
The perfumed armpit of Paris.
That's a great descriptor.
Sir de Pointe du Lac, our finest seats.
The house was only half full.
This looks so cool. I would love to go to this place.
5 out of every 7 performances were in the King's English.
Some had been there dozens of times, and some couldn't care less what was spoken.
Guys, you're in public. That is not the American way.
But we were there
I'm
for
missing
vampires, and we felt their numbers in the charged air.
Elaborate on both points right now.
Ladies and gentlemen,
I know, but I'm not sensing with Armand and him. It's a sweet love. It might be a more healthy love. But where is the sex?
Where's the aura of sexuality?
Where's the oral? That's what I'm saying. That's what you said, right?
So the aura.
The oral.
And the excretion of pathetic desire. By that I mean,
You do this in Pilates. Your wife would know.
what you're about to see is for you an outrage that masks a birth and a rebirth of what is
The
considered
rope
I
slip.
feel like I know him.
He's really flying.
instead of mere human drama.
That's funny.
We here at Théâtre des Vampires delve into the underbelly of the human soul
That's so funny.
to present to you the highest form of art in the lowest of ways.
So these vampires are used to selling narratives.
Repressions that need airing. Oh, you've come to the right place.
Repressions that need airing?
We capsize it so if you don't leave here tonight seeing the world upside down and liking very much what you see and feel.
Ooh.
We here at the Théâtre des Vampires have failed in our jobs, which is at the heart of it, to laugh alongside your misery while you cry and scream for more.
Now they are eating this up.
Clap, Greg.
And he is enjoyable to watch.
It's a show.
Everything you're about to see is real. Remember that when you leave here tonight. You are all
Ooh, knew it.
complicit,
I wrote this.
repugnant,
Talking right to her.
and appalling.
I wonder what we're about to see.
I love you for it, and I welcome you.
Oh, he's good.
Are they going to eat somebody?
Disgust me.
He is so fun. I hope he's in more.
They're having two very different responses.
Yeah.
The modern cinema had an enormous influence on my aesthetic, and the light of the projector on the faces of our actors lent a romantic air to their performances.
It's very cool.
The plays were weird.
The plays were timeless, updated for the age and all from our 150-year repertoire.
They were weird.
150-year repertoire.
Life is cruel, life is violent.
Claudia absolutely loved it.
Making the humor out of it.
First time in Paris, I had seen a smile or a laugh come out of her that wasn't for my benefit.
They spraying them with real blood.
But what was truly confusing that first night were the efforts to make it all appear as farce.
Sarah.
The fake vampire teeth, the fake blood, the trick rope.
It was all a seduction to lure the cattle into a willing belief
Huh.
of disbelief. The only play that mattered was the last.
Oh, no. Crack.
Woodcutter!
Woodcutter.
I am what you think I am, Woodcutter. Go away.
What I am.
The gears have stopped meshing.
This is real, huh?
What is this? She's disrupted the performance.
Yeah.
Oh, you lure them into a sense of disbelief so
Yeah.
that something real's there.
Only play the
This
nice
is an
last.
English-only performance. Start again.
They are complicit.
Is Annie Karum. I live in Antwerp. I was taken from my hotel room last night.
Oh my God.
These people are vampires. This is real.
Wow.
I'll call him for you, baby.
Oh, this is humiliating. This is so sad.
Ik wil niet doodgaan.
Oh my
They're
God.
stripping her down too.
She said, I don't want to go in there. What's in there?
Suppose the Reaper had a heart that could resist your Belgian beauty. Someone would have to take your place. Your husband?
Greg.
Your son?
I can't. I wouldn't.
I like how Claudia's still enjoying this.
How about
Yeah, she likes games. She loves chess.
him?
She said,
He'll do.
Yup.
He'll do.
Whose flesh has run in every direction from his mustache. I want you to remember this. The next time you're in the pew, you turn to your neighbor and say, "Peace be unto you."
Oh, he's affected.
They'll give you up in a wink.
I'm sure all the vampires' neighbors gave them all up.
Not his time.
Greg, this is crazy. Good on this actress.
Death awaits everyone. Unconscious death is the fate of all mortals.
Oh.
Conscious death. And that would make you a bride.
Oh, she's crying.
Oh my God.
Do you know what it means to be loved by death?
The name of the episode.
No pain.
Wow, they could do this in front of everybody. Oh, that got Louis.
They're all gonna eat her.
Oh, you can see him in the shadows.
Okay, well, Armand is pretending to be this great guy.
Everyone's so confused on how to feel. They just disposed of her body.
Trap door. She's amazing. Wow. He's like.
Oh.
If you desire to seduce on stage, you must live it off stage. Thank you.
London was not made overnight, maître.
You can do it on stage if you can't do it off.
5 months of night waiting for you to humble us with your appearance.
They were where?
I ask you, maître, was it worth the wait?
Oh my God.
You broke it. You broke the joke.
The Americans are here!
Oh, all she's ever wanted is to be welcomed in like that.
Louis and Claudia, the Théâtre des Vampires.
There's so many of them.
Luckenbaum, costumes.
Stunning work.
Samuel Barclay, playwright in residence.
Stunning.
Sam, come, Sam.
She loves fashion.
Tuan and Quang Pham, projections, scenery, swing actor, father and son.
Whoa.
They joined the Coven on an eventful pre-century tour of the colonies.
Oh, his son looks
older than the father, yes.
Yeah, he didn't turn till later.
Quang here refused the dark gift until he could be on stage.
My son is rebellious.
English. Hello.
Oh my God.
Lending us our core acting company. Gustave, Celeste, Estelle, and Santiago.
You were amazing.
That's wild.
I was, wasn't I? Love the dress.
Thank you.
Do American vampiresses all wear pastels?
Good thing she got validated.
Alluring is you. No, Louis was expelled for his beauty.
Such a burden, beauty.
My maker?
Eglay here does star charts for us all. Night you were given the gift, phase of the moon, name of the maker.
I don't really need
Do you both have the same maker?
Call it a gift.
We did.
His name was Bruce.
Bruce. Is he Scottish?
He said he was from Copenhagen.
We can read your mind, honey.
We met him on the road just outside of
Chicago.
We traveled a lot.
When the kills pile up.
We don't talk about him much. He threw into a fire and
They're doing the fake narrative just like them.
And once again, Santiago, it seems you've missed the vein and drawn air instead.
I I got a question. Who's that handsome man on the wall up there?
With us in spirit, always. Our co-founder and the finest actor ever to walk our stage.
Lestat?
Looks like it.
Lestat de Louis and Claudia.
Should have seen that coming. Did not see that coming.
In a community as small as ours, such crossings of immortal paths is expected, perhaps more common than you would think.
And one looked up at the painting and saw that Teresa's dead husband was Roberto. He had eloped with his enemy's widow. It's a telenovela.
Oh my God.
That means you knew Lestat before he did.
Yes, Armand knew Lestat.
Wait a minute.
And yes, he was briefly with Lestat.
You both fucked Lestat.
100+ years apart.
They were not compatible.
He tasted like vermouth and annihilation.
You shared a boyfriend.
It is great.
Even had an aerobic evening with Tuan and Quang Pham in the back row of a cinema watching Now Voyager.
Did you?
Whoa.
The father's son?
It's repertory theatre, Mr. Malloy. It's how one endures.
Lestat's appearance is important,
Hated that.
just not in the way you think it is, Daniel.
I'm done thinking. Bring me the tequila and some popcorn.
Me too, Greg.
It's a Univision night.
I saw his stupid face up there and had to think of something quick.
But you can make up a name?
I love Daniel.
Best Lie's got some truth to him, and that's the only other vampire I knew. It's gonna be fine.
What about Lestat?
He's 100-something-year-old painting in a frame.
Think so.
One of us would have to tell them.
Or think it.
Well, I thought it the second I saw his face in the frame, but there they were, inviting us back 5 minutes later. Not one of them thought anything other than I want to lick these two. So we need to stay away from Estelle if we can. But they know nothing.
Wow.
I want to go back, Louis.
Are you crazy?
What about the play? When they all pounced on that woman, drained her right in front of their dumb faces.
Ooh.
Tell me.
This is the part of her that's like Lestat.
You did not feel pride.
I did not feel pride.
Yes, you did. Past your empathy for that woman, past your fear of being exposed.
Oh no, he felt horrified.
I'm going back. I want more.
It's not safe there.
14 hapless vampires being led by a vampire with skin
Oh boy.
darker than yours. What else is there to be scared of, other than your own lust?
You felt my lust.
Armand felt his too. Now I know what two blood fat
Oh my God.
slapping hands feel like, so thank you for that. Take your people pictures. Worship them in the red light all you want.
Blood fat.
The Coven had lifted Claudia's spirits, but seeing Lestat's portrait put me on edge. I needed confirmation of his death.
You know he's not dead.
How were you gonna do that?
And then I remembered his frequent money wires came from a law firm with an address in the Marais, Roger and Associates. We were very close friends. We owned some real estate together, a townhouse on Broad Street in New Orleans. Maybe your records reflect that. We were separated by the war.
Oh.
I lost my American passport doing that work. I'm in the process of, I'm not here for money. I'm here to know if you've heard.
Keep selling stories.
From him, if he is alive, and if so.
We have not heard from Monsieur de Lioncourt since February 1940.
Oh no.
When we processed several wires for him for a party he was throwing. I know who you are, Monsieur, and I know what you meant to our cherished client. Monsieur de Lioncourt.
You said meant?
Perhaps he is dead or sleeping.
Oh, he knows exactly who they are.
I have no confirmation of his actual death and cannot declare him legally dead for years. But seeing as you are now here in Paris,
Leave something?
and the fact that he has made no withdrawal from his account, between us, it is confirmation enough for me to pass this box to you.
Oh.
As instructed in case of, well, I have a client arriving in 20 minutes. You may have the office.
What is going to be in this box, Greg?
Wow. They've had great excuses to bring him back in the show.
Not enough.
In the event that you are reading this, something dreadful has occurred, which is not my own death.
There are those nails.
The fact that we both now exist in two different worlds. Do not waste your life seeking revenge on the person or persons who did this.
Oh, wow. Revenge against yourself.
Do not give them the satisfaction of the hunt. You let treachery eat away at them from within.
Ooh, it is.
You go carry on with your living. Know only this, mon cher. You are the only being I trust and whom I love, above and beyond myself. All my love belongs to you.
Oh, shit.
You are its keeper. A veil will now forever separate our union, but it is a thin veil, and I'm always on the other side. Face pressed up against your longing.
Yeah, but like, remember when Lestat dropped him from the stars?
Love of my life, or is it more rebound of my life with you two?
It's a haunting memory Louis just shared with you.
An abuser.
What a comfort. Your ability to continue pulling humor from his pain. Cathartic.
It's a joke. It's a joke. You serve it up.
Alice is in her 3rd trimester.
It's you.
She steps in gum on the corner of Blue Palatine and Servandoni.
The old parlor trick.
She makes you scrape it off.
Revenge by serving a memory.
Purple dress you favor.
I like the way she walked in it. She was confident.
To hold her hand in Paris. I wonder why that is.
Hitting the garage door, Louis.
Oh, no.
You worked so hard to get that table right in the corner so you could pull out the ring.
The ring.
Oh.
Yeah, that's good.
Just at the right moment to surprise her.
Which I did.
And what did she say when you finally asked her to marry you?
When he intercepted his mind.
In middle school, you stole your dad's Playboy magazine, sold them at recess.
Danny, I'll ask for a 3rd time. What did Alice...
What just happened?
That was a flashback to the original interview.
Oh.
When you finally asked her to marry you?
Louis, perhaps we should...
She said no.
Huh?
No, I don't like this version of you.
She wanted to say yes, but she didn't trust you. You hadn't given her a reason to.
Would you like to know what she thinks of you now?
What?
If she thinks of you now, we can do that.
Or we could simply return to the interview. If you're willing to ask your questions and then listen, which is your job.
We will torture you.
Yes.
Good. So, your question.
Wow.
What happened next?
They invited us for a hunt.
Oh, shit.
Claudia had attended a month of performances, and the Coven felt she had proven herself sincere.
I nodded off one night while Santiago was hamming it up. Apparently, that made me persona non grata with the leading man.
Wow, they're like a gang through Paris.
We played follow the leader, a slithering creature with multiple heads, rounding roundabouts with ravenous intent.
It's not enough.
The longer the ride, the more intense the craving.
Claudia does seem happy.
Put your camera away, my American friend. Be one with us.
Where are you taking us?
As far as our petrol will take us.
Get off your cell phone.
Azurian hearts beating as one, the rumbling beast of the movable feast.
They're going to rich folks. You guys feel like Clockwork Orange. And I haven't even seen Clockwork Orange.
Whilst their countrymen clutch ration cards, they've made quite a killing manipulating the black markets.
Vous êtes qui?
Ah.
This is not what it feels like.
Une réunion d'amis et d'associés.
Oui, mais vous avez pas la permission, non?
Santiago?
Yeah.
Il ne faut pas d'autorisation. Elle est à nous, la propriété.
Small firearms in the library bureau.
Oh my God.
Enjoy yourselves.
You coming?
Right before the play, I'm gonna...
Damn, they're going full vampire this season.
I understand.
Why Armand is going.
I feast human every other night. It's my way. You're not gonna win.
I am now where I most want to be.
I love the way this is shot.
Nice night.
Very nice.
I am now where I most want to be is hot.
You carry yourself well.
Excellent. I like how you withhold.
I don't know about that. Cautious, maybe.
It's alluring. It's practiced. I find myself thinking, what is in there?
Oh, God.
Been thinking the same about you? Been thinking about you often?
Tricky.
What's that?
Us, Coven life can get labyrinthian depths of... It can be tricky.
Oh, she's having fun.
She's something, your Claudia.
Spark in the dark.
Pity she was made so young.
Yes.
Imagine her in a body equal to her mind.
She's managed to it.
Particularly skilled at blocking her thoughts. You must work harder on that.
Oh my God.
I could help you hone that skill.
Okay. That'd be great.
Because I do believe I felt some trepidation when the name Lestat was uttered.
Oh, God.
Who?
My dear American friend, who thinks of me often and who has dominated my mind ever since I laid eyes upon him.
Close your mind.
I don't know the particulars of your acquaintance with him. You can tell me when you're ready. But a few of the Coven can be volatile and quite...
To lies. Yep.
Unforgiving when lied to. Shut your mind if you hear his name again. Also, mon ami, may I suggest you never visit Roger Habert and Associates again?
Oh.
That sort of inquiry can open all sorts of trouble.
As you suggest, Maître.
Armand, Maître is a Coven endearment. Armand for you.
Oh.
Pip's a savage.
Oh, Louis, I see it now. It's different here. I love it. I never want to hunt alone again. I never want to leave. Hello, love everybody and everything in this every moment, right?
like she's
every
drunk.
now.
Wow. Somehow it makes them feel a little bit more lonely too.
Man.
Wow, 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 wow. What are you doing?
Put on lip gloss, man.
Why?
Lick my lips and
Do you feel ugly without it?
no, dry. Chapped. If I had chapstick in here, I'd use that instead. Oh, I did have Vaseline. I'll use that instead.
Do you have Vicks?
Vapor rub?
Yeah. You
For
put that
what?
on your lips?
Are you trying to kill me?
Does that kill you? I do
don't
it
know,
every
it
day.
sounds- Vicks vapor rub?
Yeah.
Why?
Keeps my lips moist and numb.
Why do you want your lips numb?
It's a form of self-harm. I don't know where we're going with this. Why'd you start this weird bit with me, Roxy?
It was good.
You don't have to
didn't
inquire
make
or yes and all the time, all right? Sometimes you can just be like, don't go there.
Oh, I certainly do. You want to know something cool?
No. Yes and.
Mm.
Yeah, what do you want? What?
Claudia.
Do you like her now?
Yeah. Well, like, at least I just feel like she's settled into the role and she has chemistry with Louis, and I get why she's happy. Yeah, I'm happier. Armand is annoying me.
Still?
Yeah, because I just don't trust him, and even just what he did with Louis,
You mean at the end?
even throughout, like, he tapped into his mind and he heard what he was doing with Lestat, and even in his interview with Daniel, and he's finishing the sentences and whatever. I just feel like he has a weird control over him, and I know that maybe it's a healthier love, and maybe we're supposed to like it more, but I miss Lestat. So I don't know. How about you?
I do miss Lestat. I have not. I still kind of view Armand as a bit of a weasel.
Yeah, I know, me
It's
too.
like
And
the
it's like, I don't know fully why.
It's like he seems like he has power over Louis. Louis seems like he constantly needs someone to have dominion over him in some capacity.
Right. Like, he can't just think for himself sometimes. But
Yeah.
I do feel like, okay, this is going to be a really.
He's a bottom. Is that where you're going with it? Is that where you're going?
Yes. And I do feel like.
I'm listening.
I feel like this is going to be a fucked up comment because.
What do you feel?
Okay, I understand that Louis and Lestat's relationship was toxic. I can say it a bajillion times. But I feel like Louis was a better version of himself with Lestat than he is with Armand. Like, Louis with Lestat didn't want to turn into Lestat. And so, like, you know, he was fighting for Claudia and he was, like, eating the animals and raging against that. But with Armand, he just seems to, like, let Armand, I don't know, take the leadership in a way that maybe it's just that I like Lestat better because we lived with him for longer. But I don't feel like Louis is the best version of himself right now.
I feel like Louis not as well. Because Lestat is so magnetic, he's so captivating, and there's a very he exudes sexuality too. There's something more appealing. He's more magnetic in
Than Armand or than Louis?
Lestat in general, and Lestat and Louis. You know,
They're more magnetic.
Louis seems like Lestat. Seems like it'll always be Louis' real true love.
I feel that too, dude.
And Armand, he perhaps is more copacetic and more protector. Actually, I could see him being more protector in a weird way, but I don't see how he can rise to the level as being as interesting to watch on screen. That's the main thing.
Do we know? I'm so with you. Do we know currently in the Daniel interview era, so 2022 or whatever year that is, where Lestat and where Claudia are?
No, we don't know. They haven't confirmed anything yet.
Okay.
I feel like if they did, it would ruin a lot of the show.
Yeah.
If I'm like, oh, he's dead, or
Well, we know 77 years he's been with Armand, so since the 60s, since they meet.
yeah, we don't know what happens.
Or
to
when
this
are we in
Coven.
Paris right now?
I really don't remember. 1960, 50, something. No, they went there right after the war, right?
So in the late 40s?
And they've been there for 5 months, they said?
So then they don't get together for a little bit because 77 years to bring it to 22. Till the 50s.
Maybe. I'm not sure. But the episode itself, would you think?
I thought that was really cool, and I really loved, like, obviously I'm a theater nerd, so the theatrics of it all and, like, what you're watching, and the fact that I do think it's pretty realistic that everybody in the audience would be sheep because they all think it's part of the performance. And so it was an unbelievable performance by that woman, and I loved watching that. I love watching Claudia feel like she's finding her people while Louis feels like he's kind of losing himself. Not enough sex for me, this we know, and not enough Lestat for me. But other than that, strong episode. How about you?
Yeah, I thought this was a really strong episode. I love the Paris setting. That is, I don't know what Paris is supposed to evoke. Did you say you went to Paris for a little bit? You told me some story.
I've been to Paris, yeah.
But for like a tiny bit, you didn't enjoy it or something?
No. No, not that I didn't enjoy it. I was only there for like 48 hours, and it
You
was.
didn't get time to take it in.
I what?
You didn't get time to truly take it in.
Oh, yeah, I did like a lot of the touristy stuff. So, when you're there being a tourist, they're not stoked with you. But the food was excellent, and the art is amazing, and the architecture is incredible.
Well,
And it's a city of love, fashion,
Let's say, I mean, like the expressionist side of Paris, the loving side of Paris, the more sexually freeing side of Paris, despite the fact that it's not as sexual tension heavy in this episode.
Yeah, but it did feel freer. Like there's a lot of clearly like more openly queer people.
Definitely. So the overall aura I really liked, and I like watching.
Oral?
Yeah, and
That's a callback.
The overall vibrate. The overall vibe.
Yeah,
I thought was really, really cool, and I did. Actually, yeah, I would say with Claudia, I completely had let go of the other actress watching this episode.
Yeah, me too.
I did succumb and just fully accept who this character. It probably really helps that they gave her something very different to explore that was different from the prior Claudia. So it allows for a different take, and I like what's causing them the separation. The fact that she finds more connection now. He's actually growing more disconnected because you're seeing like the difference in reaction and responses to this level of gleeful violence. And I like getting more of a vampirism. The lead of the show was so good. Whoever that guy was, who seems like he's really in charge, but he's not.
Yeah, he's really good. I felt like I recognized him.
He does have that
I
look.
wonder if I do recognize him. Let's see.
I love the scene when they all devour that one woman on stage. This was the vampire episode that let us see more of the grim side of vampirism. The part where, as a viewer, I'm reminded I'm a human being.
Mm-hmm.
And watching these acts go down, and you're like, oh yeah, there's something kind of like. This was the episode that captured the perspective as a human being witnessing the atrocities. If you're not a vampire and you're seeing this shit happen, how like fucking horrible it would actually be. So I like that this show. I don't recall this show ever actually doing that. Bless you.
But like, what makes them better than Lestat with how they are doing that? Because we have seen Lestat do some of that. By the way, his name is Ben Daniels, the guy who plays Santiago.
Nice.
And he was in The Crown. And Flesh and Bone. That's how I know him.
Don't know what that is.
Okay, there's this TV show called Flesh and Bone. It was a miniseries. I talk about it all the time. It was on Stars. Nobody watched it, probably because of it being on Stars. It is one of the greatest slept-on shows ever. It's a ballerina show. He was the fucking teacher, and he was amazing in it. Because I kept being like, I know this guy. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah, I don't know anything about this show. Never heard of it.
The show is horrifying. It's amazing.
Horrifying?
Yeah, like about the world of ballet and stuff. It's scary.
Oh, well, that sounds appealing.
It's really good. Really good. He was also in Rogue One.
Okay.
He was in House of Cards. He was in The Exorcist, the TV show.
All right, so he's a character actor.
Yeah, but and he was in he's in Rings of Power.
Oh my God, my favorite show of all time. People love me loving Rings of Power.
I don't know if you're joking or what.
I have not known to love Rings of Power.
Oh, I made it through one episode.
And fans
Yeah,
really let me know how much they don't like me watching Rings of Power.
Bummer. He was amazing in Flesh and Bone, like truly amazing. So this doesn't surprise me. Oh, I'm so happy that I just looked that up.
Well, I love the whole thing where they're telling the audience right up front, like, you are going to be complicit in these acts. And the idea that they would, like, you have to sell the world that vampires are not real so they can keep doing what they're doing.
Yes.
Absolute
It was brilliant.
genius
that was
stuff.
Really good. Really good.
But yeah, I also like the psychological torture they're doing to Daniel in the present interview time. Of like, every time you think you can get at us, we can use your memory, weaponize that.
That's what makes it difficult, though, Greg, because I agree with you. However, in my mind, I've always been like, Louis is a good guy. And it's like, that's not a good guy thing to do.
I think after existing for this long, the line of good and bad
Truly.
is definitely blurred.
Yeah, and Daniel's messing with him, too, but that's just kind of like who Daniel is.
But Daniel's messing with him in a way where it's about trying to provoke the truth getting out.
Right, and he's got like that East Coast flair to him. Not like, I'm going to torture you over the person who said no to your proposal.
Well, he's cynical and suspicious. He's not...
I'm with you, dude.
I don't think he's like... he's always about getting to the truth, where it seems like they're trying to steer Daniel into buying into this narrative. But you can feel there's like falsities to it. You want to read some cues?
Yeah, I do.
You got this. We've got a new patron here.
Shout out to the patrons. Thank you so much to our new patron, Jess. Jess says, hi, Greg and Roxy. I've been loving your reaction.
Roxy. Don't forget it. That's our name.
Oh, Groxy. I thought you just pointed at yourself and said Roxy. Don't forget it.
No, Groxy.
Groxy.
That sounds like Elon Musk's grok right there.
Hell yeah, Groxy in the house. Greg and Roxy, I've been loving your reaction so much. Thank you. I had to come and support the Patreon. Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Jess. My question for you guys is, I think it is fair to say that performance/performing is a major theme of the season. Yes. Yeah, we caught on to that.
Yeah.
Because smart cookies. In what ways, if any, do you guys see the characters putting on a performance outside of the theater, i.e. how they may be trying to present themselves to each other? Yeah, it's like... we don't know what all the vampire rules are. We know that the older the vampire you are, the more you dial in on your skills. I'm not fully convinced that Armand doesn't have some kind of control over Louis, or is like having Louis put on the show and is holding something over him.
I think it's 100%. I feel like this whole episode was a major indicator of that.
Right.
Like Armand is really the leader of this coven. And he's the one on top of the balcony while the show's going on, but he lets someone else seem like they're the leader.
But like I'm jumping to I have no idea what I'm talking about. No idea what I'm talking about. So I remember that.
I think he definitely does it too, Louis, is what you're saying. Yeah.
But no, I'm saying in the Daniel current time, is it possible? I'm gonna throw out a crazy prediction because half of you guys love when I do this, half of you guys don't. Is it possible that Armand has Lestat somewhere? And he's making Louis do this interview, or Claudia or Lestat, and he's making Louis do this interview because he wants to convince Daniel or show the world something, and Louis is just going along with it because otherwise Lestat and Claudia are at risk.
Oh, weird. Really? I mean, maybe. I don't know.
I don't trust that mofo. I don't trust that mofo.
I mean, he's definitely got a different motive here, and he definitely seems like he's controlling Louis into something. I just don't know what exactly that is yet.
You said, oh, really? Like, I just told you the truth. I'm saying, is it possible? Seems like you think, no, it's not possible.
That's a little far-fetched.
I said, is it possible? You said, oh, really?
That sounds weird. That's a weird one, Roxy.
Well, it does feel like they're putting on a performance. I just haven't figured out what. And the only person I feel like isn't putting on a performance during this is Claudia. She seemed to, like, really be living her truth.
I mean, she lied at one point, but outside of that.
Yeah. I just mean like she's loving this life.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. She lied, and at the beginning, she put on a performance to Louis because she was pretending to like Paris, and she was not.
Well, I think we'll eventually see how this Coven is a little bit more of can be a not so welcoming cult at certain. Otherwise, they'd still be part of this Coven after all these years.
Things are not always what they seem, Greg.
Yeah, that's why performance comes in. But yeah, I thought they were like the second they started talking to Daniel in this story, Armand and Louis. It immediately felt like a performance.
Yep.
Like, oh,
I'm with you.
They backed this story up in some way. And they can also maybe read each other's minds and like help fill in blanks. Yeah, some bullshit. Some bullshit. Anyway. Jay Rushton, what is your take on Theater Vampires in Paris is introduced?
On Theater Vampires in Paris as introduced.
Well,
I think we both really liked that main guy.
yeah, I hope we get to know the Coven a little bit better.
Mm-hmm.
And
Anybody in particular?
Yeah, the father and son. That just sounds so disgusting.
What the fuck happened? That was like a throwaway line that you and I both were like.
That was gross as shit. But the writer.
I mean, that's just incest. That's straight up incest.
And the writer seemed very dismissive.
yeah.
Like when he showed up, he was like, "I just call him like you're the writer," and he's like, like he didn't want to be talked to. But I don't know. There's something there. But the very conceit of the vampires is a very fun one. The fact that they're hiding, they're literally like hiding in public, is one of the greatest cons they could pull.
Let me ask you this.
Yeah, we on a podcast.
What?
We on a podcast? Let me ask you something. Let me ask you this.
Yes, and
Let me ask you this question. Is it okay if I swear?
I'm so sad because I just thought you said to me, "Do you want to do a podcast?" And you know I do. Claudia. Claudia. Do we want to see her get a lover? Is that a completely not okay question? Like, when they bring it up in this episode where Armand's like, it's a bummer that she turned so young. And they kind of like have a back and forth of it. And it's like, Claudia said when she was reading the minds of people, she was like, that they want to lick us both. And I was like, who was...
I wouldn't mind. This one actress doesn't look like a kid to me.
It would need to be another kid, right? Like, they'd have to look the same age as her for us to not be, like, so freaked out by it.
I suppose, but she doesn't really look like a kid to me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
So I could buy it. You know, Everett Cullen was like 180, and he was dating a 17-year-old, and we were all cool with it.
I mean, Armand is...
like, so much older.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a big age gap. Yeah. We forget that with vampires. It's like, yeah, but, you know, you got to look a certain age. We're like, what does it really matter when it's a vampire?
Yeah.
We let shit go. Anyway, that's it for today. Tune in next week where Roxy runs for mayor.
Striar's on fire. Don't call her a liar. She'll take you higher.
Is that what your fans are chanting in the crowd for you?
Do you know I have
Striar's on fire.
Do you know I have a Mayor Striar shirt?
Do you?
Yeah, my dad ran for mayor.
Did he win?
No.
Oh, did he come close?
Really close.
Really?
Yeah.
He didn't try again?
No.
This was in Boston?
Yeah, my mom got sick, so it was actually good he didn't win.
Oh, that just took a really sad turn from an already sad turn.
Striar's on fire.
Yes, it is.
I'm going to wear my Striar mayor shirt next time.
I hope you remember, because that would be really good.
It's actually sick.
All right, guys. We've completed today's video. Thanks for being here. We'll see you guys. Clap.